What's up, y'all? It's your boy Tay Day, all day, back with another episode. And boy, I just want to go ahead and holler at y'all real quick because it's been a lot of chatter going on about what should be brought to the table when you're in a relationship. Okay, if you guys don't know me already, I'm gonna let you know a little bit just about me. I've been in almost a decade relationship. I've almost proposed, and I've also been in some abusive relationships. So I'm just speaking from experience of what a woman should know versus what a man can offer, and also what the standard is that should be brought. Like a standard, as in, what is the limit? Like what is something that should be already known whenever coming into a relationship? You know, and if this ain't known, this is just, why y'all even in a relationship? So let's go ahead and get into it because my points right now is that it is just a hot topic all over the social media. And it feels like that it's just pushing men and women away from each other. And, you got some of these women that's out here that's just acting really tough and acting like they really, really this independent woman. And if you independent, you're making your own bread, kudos to you. Do you. However, what are you sacrificing in that regard? So we're gonna go ahead and get into that and let you guys know from just another man. I'm just a man. Point of view on what should be brought to the table. That way we can have a better understanding of what's going on. So first thing I want to go ahead and address is what are the standards for a man to bring to the relationship? Now, most commonly, the first thing a female is going to say is what? We're going to talk about finances. Do you got any kids already? Do you own a house? Do you got your own car? Everything that is going to be talked about is going to be just basically saying like, hey, what is your financial status? And do I have anything to worry about with you? Which is okay because not everybody, want to be bringing somebody else up. You want to be in a relationship where y'all can, help each other out. And you got to be in some type of financial or have some type of stability to be able to do that. And that's understood. But love has no price. Okay? Say that again. Love has no price. So when you go into and you meet somebody, you can fall in love with somebody that makes $30,000, $40,000 a year, but you make $80,000 to $100,000 a year. You can be thinking about them, but you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. And love is just a phase. However, when it comes down to these standards, we got everything is for a man is you have to bring something financially that's better than what that woman is expecting or has to the table. That's it. Chris Rock says all the time, only things that are loved unconditionally in the world is dogs and women and children. Men are not loved because you're a man. Men are loved because they bring something to your table that you either don't want to do or you can't do or you don't, what I'm saying? It's just something that's there. Why not take it? Take advantage of that opportunity. I was watching the Fresh Fit podcast earlier and, they're talking about this woman's telling them, literally telling them that a man's job is to take care of me. What does she bring to the table? She showed up to the table. What do you mean? Like most of these girls out here is ugly or got a high body count, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't checked out the Fresh Fit podcast, please, you can see some of their videos on TikTok for free if you've never seen them before. You got Myron on there, and several other dudes. But I mean, it's a big conversation, girls and guys. But let's get over to the topic of what the standard is for a woman. Okay, men only have one actual generalized standard, okay? And that is bring me peace, okay? And if you want me to, I'll break it down a little bit because some people may not understand what I mean by that. What I mean by breaking down, or what I mean by bringing them peace, all you got to do is support your man. Don't bring negativity to him. If you got a problem with him or something, discuss it. Be understanding. Be patient. Because you got to remember, if you got a man, which most women want a man that is a hustler, a grinder, somebody that's always looking to do better. When you find one of those men that you're in a relationship with or seeing, you need to understand that this guy is 24/7 trying to figure out the best way to support you and you only. Or create, if y'all talked about having kids, all those conversations, the guy don't be ignoring you. If y'all sitting there talking about kids, a house, and stuff like that, like y'all's future, you got to remember, now this guy has this in his head, and now he feels like he has to take it on himself to prove that he is worth your time. And it's not to say he's not, even if he fails, but he needs someone to support him to help him get over that hump, because most people will never reach their potential because they never have a good person or be surrounded by the right type of people to get to where they can be. They have the drive, they have the keys, but they just need the confidence. Either they have the confidence, or they don't have the financial means, or they don't have the support system. It's some piece that's missing that's holding them back. And this is the main reason why a lot of guys don't marry women, because they can't afford it. They're not going to spend $4,000 or $5,000 or however much money on this ring, and that's all he got. How are you supposed to pay for the wedding? Now you got to put the wedding back 2-3 years. No woman really wants to wait that long. And women, what is a wedding for? I bet a bunch of guys will just sit here and say, hey, a wedding is really a celebration for the woman, because who's usually the one that designs the wedding? A woman. Who usually is the one that's going to make a house a home? A woman. So these are all things that are going to be designed for the woman. You know? So you got to understand that when we're talking about doing things and out here making this money and getting this paper, it's not because we just want to live our own lavish life. Men are the most submissive human beings. I mean, it's just simple. Men are known, at least if you identify as a man, men are the most submissive. It's hands down. Men are in positions where they have to submit. They have to submit to somebody. Majority of men are in jobs. It's like a 60-70% chance that a man is in a job that they hate, but they only keep the job that so that they can pay bills. And if they're in a relationship or if they got kids, it's even higher percentage. That's a 70-80% chance that the man doesn't like his job, but he doesn't want his wife to leave him, doesn't want to disappoint him, and he has to take care of his children. So he stick to that same job, working the same hours, doing the same thing that he hates, and it destroys him inside. That's why men are known to commit suicide over 2 times as much as women, because the women don't understand the big picture. Most women are going to see that picture that they've already put up in the frame, but they can't understand what they're looking at. Okay? It's the same thing. And then whenever a man has his moments of weakness, whether he tells the woman or the woman sees it, he becomes a bitch, a punk, a wussy. He becomes this when he shares his feelings. What's going on? So what's really the standard here? The standard is a man needs to be a man as much as a woman wants that man to be a man. And then at the time, and certain times, a woman wants that man to be sensitive, kind, and supportive and everything for that woman. The man cannot tell a woman no, is really the point. So whenever it comes down to standards, there is no real standard for a man. A man's standards, there's just, I want peace. A woman's standards, it's everywhere. They're gonna ease you in, especially if you tell them some things that that's good, they really like. They're gonna ease it in. They're gonna go ahead and ease it in, and then once they get you in, then they're gonna really start telling you more and more, and that list gets longer and longer and longer, and then you become more stressed and stressed and stressed, and then when you tell her about something you want to do, she don't care. She's gonna be like, that's boring. I didn't ask you. I wanted you to understand this is what I like. Just like women that beat up on men when they play video games with their homeboys. I'm like, be grateful this nigga ain't out cheating on you. He could be out at the club. He can go out to the bar. What do you mean? This man cooks, clean, he can do everything. But the one damn thing you can't stand is that when y'all two home together, what you doing? You sitting back watching him, you on your phone scrolling, and then you see him over there having fun in the other room or right there in the same room as you, and now you want to go mess with him. You want to get his time. Come on, spend quality time, da-da-da. No. You got to understand. A man needs his peace. His woman's supposed to be his peace. And if she can't be the peace all the time, what do you think he's doing? He has his little hobby. He plays with his friends. Let that man be free, because the more freedom you allow that man to have, there's only one or two things that's going to happen. That man going to show you the most and utmost love and do the most for you. Because he going to be like, because when he go talk to the homeboys, they're going to tell him, they're going to be talking about how they woman don't let them play the game that long, or how they woman keeps tabs on them. But for him, he's able to go out and do the other things that he wants to do. Whether he wants to go play basketball at the gym at 9 o'clock, or if he wants to stay in and play the video game for 2-3 hours with his homeboys. His woman's right there and cool. She's handling her thing. She's doing her own thing. She's reading a book or whatever. That's the understanding. You got to understand those differences. So when you were sitting here talking about it, when it comes down to standards, I give you many examples of what happens once you get in a relationship. What needs to be known up front on the first or second dates. When you're talking to somebody, a woman acts like they are a celebrity to a man, and the woman is always the catch. When in reality, the man is the catch, because the woman, and I quote, they say all the time, a man is supposed to support the woman, not the other way around. The man is supposed to do this. The man is supposed to do that. He's supposed to be the one that makes us financially stable. If he can't do that, then I'm going to leave him and find somebody that can. These are statements that are put out by women, and I'm sure you guys have heard it before. So make sure you understand that when we out here nowadays, a man can't be a man. You can't. What is a man? Define a man in 2022. Because if we don't make money, like all we supposed to be is robots. If we're not making enough money and having enough fancy things to support a woman, she ain't gonna stick around. And a woman always wins, right? Isn't that what we were raised to believe? And a man is always told how to treat a woman, never hit a woman. A woman has never been told how to treat a man. Just make sure that man is good. Make sure that man can financially take care of you. That man got to pass a test. What? It's all backwards. Everybody should be taught how to treat each other equal. So when they grow up, they have that influence that everybody's equal. Boom. And these are probably the women that's out here that's been in marriages for 20 plus years, and they still love their husband. The man still loves their woman because it brings them that peace. Well, thank you guys. I'm sorry I got to cut it off. My 15-minute rant is just about up. Thank you guys for listening in. If you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and send them to me on my Facebook page, or go ahead and comment on my lives whenever I am live. I would love to hear you guys answer any questions. But thank you guys for listening. And your boy Tay Day is out.